Okay. I'm still audible, right?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. So, little bit change of plans. Now, remember yesterday I gave everyone some algorithm or some task to prepare for. Okay. So, initially what I was thinking that we will ask you to present it, but a better way will be that if you create an article about it. Okay. So, hold on. Just 1 second. Okay, so what you will have to do is suppose that you are learning an algorithm. Let's say support vector machines. Now, in this case, what you will have to do is first learn about support vector machine, what it is, how you can use it on a data set, and then create a Jupyter notebook and explain each step. Just like the way I have created my Jupyter notebooks, in which each of the steps has been explained that what we are doing and how we are doing here, and step by step. Okay, create a Jupyter notebook and then share that Jupyter notebook with everyone else. So that way, whatever you are learning, you can easily share it with everyone else. If someone has any doubts regarding that particular Jupyter notebook, that person can simply uh, ask that person. Okay. Basically, the way I want you to. Okay. This is still visible, no? Okay. Now see in this, now if you go to our diabetic retinopathy folder, okay, here you'll go straight to notebooks, and in this you'll find this one. Experiment and experiments and competitions. Okay, so this is a template that you have to fill up basically. Okay, experiment number. This is something that you will have to take care of. Okay, so we have to find out which is which was our last experiment, and we have to schedule it accordingly so that we can arrange it. What is your project name? In author name, type in your name if you are creating that notebook. Date is the date in which you are starting. Rest this problem statement, data set, hypothesis, model, training and evaluation. In this you have to fill the details. For example, this is a field work. So this is experiment number 3. Project is diabetic retinopathy. Author, I have created it, so it's my name, Shubham Kumar Singh. Date 17/20. 20. This was the date this experiment was created. Okay, and here after this, in the data preparation phase, I have done all the part which will which I need in the data preparation. Similarly, when you come to model building part, whatever it's needed to build a model, you will put it here. Training and testing part, this is done here. Evaluation part is done inside this one. And as you can see that we have some particular way in which we are storing results. So all this is kind of standardized. Okay, and this will help you organize your experiments and analyze them later. Okay, now here what we are doing is we are just plotting the training and testing accuracy and the loss. So the loss should be decreasing as we increase the training part, and the accuracy and kappa should be increasing. Now here you find out that after epochs 10, 8 or 10, everything goes flat, so there's no point of training it further. So these are the kinds of things that we have put it standard, and whatever changes that you make here in this part, this will be easiest way to do it is just copy this file and then start use it as a fill in the blanks and start fill it and move forward. Got it? Any doubts regarding this part?
No, sir.
Anyone else having any doubts or any questions what they have to do? No doubts, right? Okay. Now, agricultural data analysis was assigned to which students? One was Cheta and other was?
Sir, Bharadwaj, sir, me.
Okay. So Cheta and Bhardwaj. So Cheta, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I have asked you to explore time series analysis, right?
Sir.
Yeah. So the reason why I asked you for doing time series analysis is this. Okay. Now this is the agricultural data that we have. Okay. Now first thing I want you to do is, I'm not saying anything about this data set. Just go ahead and explore this. Okay. What it has is, the main part is this one, this column. See, we have the minimum and maximum temperature, we have the rainfall, humidity, minimum maximum humidity, and minimum and maximum wind speed. Okay, and this is for each of these mandals in and around Telangana. For every mandal in every district, every day, and this data is like for every day. So this is the weather report that we have, and the second data set that we have is wait a second. Here it is. This yield data. Okay, so in this yield data for this particular crops in this district in this year in this season, the total yield was this much kilograms. Okay, and this is the value that we have to predict. This is the value that we want to predict. Now, as you can clearly see that the first problem is that these are two different data sets. Okay, so how we can combine it into one single data so that we can predict this, and how we can build our model so that we can predict this. These are the two biggest questions that we have to answer even before we can start working on the project. Okay, so do one thing, uh, explore this data sets as much as possible. Now Suchita,
Yes, sir.
okay, I want you to take this weather data XLS. Okay, take this weather data and do a complete exploratory data analysis, whatever you can think of. I am not looking for anything specific. I'm just giving this data set to you. Think of it like that doctor mindset, and try to find out what are the problems with this data set or what are the traits of this data set. Okay, this is what exploratory data analysis is all about. Find out what are the things that you need to explore in this data set. And Bhardwaj, uh,
Yes, sir.
you take this yield data,
Sir?
this yield data. Okay, so basically if you go to the file which I'll share you, it will have these two data files. Okay,
Okay,
these
sir.
this is just a copy of this data. Okay,
Okay, sir.
it says one underscore yield underscore data. I have just removed this one underscore part. This is just a copy of the same data. Okay,
Okay, sir.
this is the original data which we got from the Telangana government. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this data has actually been released by Telangana government. Okay, and this is where this is the type of data that you will get in the open data portal.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'd suggest that you don't touch these two. Keep a copy of this. Don't touch these two. And whatever experiments that you need to do and whatever preparations you have to do it in these two. Okay. And
Okay,
anytime,
sir.
best part will be that anytime that you want to reset, now you can just create a copy of this data set. You'll automatically have a fresh copy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And whatever changes you have created in this one, it will stay here.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So Bhardwaj, you take this yield data. Sucheta, you take this weather data. Okay, and give me a report on this. Rest of the people, we have all assigned you an algorithm. Now these two notebooks will be in addition to whatever algorithm that you have already taken. Okay, and your notebook should be written, or should be, it should have that much explanation and that much comments that if a new reader who is reading it can understand what is going on, and even if he does not understand it, he or she should know what term to google. Okay, when you submit your first notebook, we will go through it, and then we will like keep on improving it. Got it? Okay then. I we will end our today's session quickly. Let me just upload these files into our today's group.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, based on the weather data, we need to predict the yield, sir. Like as we need to combine both the data sets, based on the weather data, do we need to predict the yield, sir?
Yes, based on that weather data, we have to predict the yield.
Okay.
Crap. This is more than 100 MB. It won't go via WhatsApp. We have to take some other upay for this. Uh, Everyone cloned the repository? Yes or no? Has anyone cloned the our repository, our GitHub repository? Yes or no? Basically, see, these are the three folders in our repository, and if you clone it in your system, whatever I have here, you will have there also. Okay, now here, let me just create a new project. Now see, is my terminal screen still visible? Hey, are you guys there? Is my terminal, this terminal is visible?
Yes, no, sir.
Yeah. Here I'll show you what you have to do. Suppose that you want to use get. If you want to get this code, basically all you need to do, hold on. But I don't need you, I don't need you. See, this link has already been shared, okay? What you need to go is you need to go to Hexart Research Cohort 2. This is a public repository. And from there, in this part, all you need to do is just copy this link here, okay? And in the terminal, here you have to just type git clone, and then you have to paste that link in. Once you press enter, this entire repository will be downloaded into your computer and you can work on it. Okay. Now, since I've already added the, like I've created this repository, and now I have to upload files. I have to first do the full. I'm going to put it up. So कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so there's something problematic with the data. Okay. 57.9 MB, no? It's just slightly bigger. This. Okay, I'll find a way to share this. Meanwhile, everyone, please find a way to create the notebooks for the algorithms given. Sucheta and Riyaz, Sucheta and Bhagavad, I will share the data somehow with you. Okay, I'll have to set up this GitHub only. Till that time, everyone, please set up your GitHub account and clone that repository. Okay,
Okay, sir.
everyone who is inside, go ahead and clone the repository. And remember one thing, this is the official repository of HR. Okay, so whatever data that you are collecting from this place, treat it as professional data. Do not mess around with it. That means not sharing it unnecessarily with someone who has no relation with this data. Okay, if somebody has
Okay, sir.
your, if somebody has your data with him, you want him to be respectful of the data, no? So if you want to respect data, make sure that you respect data. But if you want somebody else to respect data, make sure that you also respect somebody else's data. Okay. Okay then. That will be all for today. Let's meet again tomorrow.